Today, it's the Yukon, my wife, and our 3 trail dogs. We've been to Hell's Canyon plenty of times, but the guard station, that was just a name on a map until today. Rather than sitting at home watching other people's adventures, we decided it was time to make more of our own. The plan was simple: check out the Hell's Canyon guard station, then make our way across the ridges with a lunch stop at the very top of an unnamed peak before dropping into the canyons and heading back towards civilization. Most trails in this area don't really end. They turn into rugged jeep tracks or narrow paths better suited for a side-by-side. By the time we reached the turnoff, the road was still in decent shape, but you could feel it getting more remote with every mile. The guard station itself has a long history, built to house rangers who lived here for weeks at a time. Back then, having rangers in the backcountry wasn't a luxury. It was a necessity. They spotted wildfires before anyone else could, kept an eye on grazing to make sure the land wasn't overused, maintained the trails and fences that kept the area accessible, and watched for poachers or anyone abusing the forest's resources. It was a base for work that kept this wilderness healthy and protected. Beside the cabin, there's an old corral, likely once used for horses or maybe even cattle roundups. And off to the side, a hand-operated well pump that still works, a reminder that when you lived out here, everything you needed, you had to provide for yourself. After taking a few minutes to walk the grounds, you can almost picture the life of a ranger here. The stillness of summer evenings, the smell of wood smoke in the fall, and the long, quiet winters with only the sound of the wind for company. This is a box. A small, weathered box, sitting on an old table outside the guard station. Inside, trinkets, coins, and scraps of paper. At first, it feels random. Then, a name. Forrest Fenn. The man whose hidden treasure sent thousands searching through the Rocky Mountains for over a decade. This isn't the treasure chest, but almost certainly a tribute cache. A quiet nod to the legend. No map, no fanfare, just a hidden piece of adventure, waiting for whoever happens to pass through. From the station, we climbed up to the top of an unnamed peak for lunch, a spot where the wind carries every sound away, and you can see ridges stretching to the horizon in every direction. This is why we come out here, not just for the destination, but for the proof that adventure still lives in the quiet corners of Montana. From our lunch spot, we had choices, at least 3 steep canyon roads leading back toward the highway. Our sure-footed Yukon has never missed a step on these trails, but we've had more than a few hair-raising moments with a longer wheelbase truck in the past. The road we picked dropped fast, switchbacking through tight curves with steep drop-offs. It's the kind of road where you keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes forward, and let the views wait until you're at the bottom. Eventually, the trail widened, the canyon walls opened up, and the first sign of town appeared. We'd come out in historic Silver Star. From a remote guard station in the mountains to the quiet streets of a Montana mining town, this trip was proof that sometimes the best adventures are the ones that start as just a name on a map.
Want more raw stuff like this from the backcountry? Hit subscribe. He's out there doing it either way, but the support keeps it going.